Alrighty, what's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be breaking down the latest game for the Metropolitans as they defeated the Miami Marlins in Jupiter today by a final score of 9-3. As you can see, I'm still here in Port St. Lucie. Got one more day tomorrow. Going to be checking out that game. It's going to be a lot of fun, but I want to give you this quick recap at least. I know we usually do live shows, but everything's been hectic with that being at these games constantly. I want to do the recap, but before I do, and of course, make sure to smash those buttons if you're new to the channel. I, of course, have to break down what everyone knows by now on social media and on the YouTube channels that I ran into Jose Quintana today when I got breakfast. And I asked Jose Quintana, how's he feeling? He replied, I'm feeling good, and that was great. So very nice meeting him, really nice guy. And then I went on to tweet that, Quintana is feeling good, and hopefully we get him back soon. And then not long after, a couple hours after you see that, yes, Quintana is going to be shut down for 3 months. Am I surprised by this? No, we did a live stream recently on the channel that a stress fracture for your rib will pretty much take you a couple months for sure, especially as an athlete. So I'm not shocked by that, but obviously social media is having a field day with it, and I don't blame it. It's hilarious. It's the worst timing imaginable, and I understand that. I knew he wasn't going to be okay. I didn't expect him to be pitching anytime soon, but the timing just couldn't have been better for that to kind of look the way it did. But regardless, even though Jose is still great meeting him, now it's time for the young guys in the Mets rotation to thrive, competing for that fifth spot. You have David Pearson, but now you have Tyler McGill. And Tyler McGill was the story in this game today. He had 4 scoreless innings, gave up 3 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And what really impressed me about McGill, and shout out to James Shiano, of course, the co-host of the Mets Up podcast with my buddy Mark as well. He tweeted out, you looked at the dip, the drop in the curveball for Tyler McGill today. He had around 10 inches of drop more than what he had on his curveball last year. That would have had him in the 88th percentile amongst all pitchers in the MLB. So we're seeing a lot of drop, a lot of movement on that curveball, and that's something that he emphasized a lot heading into this spring, thanks to Max Scherzer telling him, last season, wait a bit to work on your curve. Wait until you have all your other pitches right. Now that they're all right, he can really hone in on that curve, and that thing looked really, really nice. So shout out to McGill, who had a phenomenal outing today. It's just spring training, but for a guy that's competing for this 5th spot, you definitely like the progress that you're seeing there from him. But offensively today, the Mets, Cedrola, who's a guy that's going to be starting AAA, still had himself a couple hits today for a couple RBIs. Timmy LeCastro, who I don't know about you, but he is my left fielder, that 4th outfielder. I'm sorry, Tommy fam. I know spring training might not mean too much, but I love the speed. I love the defense. Timmy LeCastro, I really want him on this roster right now. He had himself an RBI and a base knock. The story of the day offensively is 2 guys right now. It's not only what you had there with Tomas Nido, more like Nido Kane with a 3-run blast, 2 hits on the day, 2 for 3. But it's Darren Ruff, the man that I know all Mets fans love, went 2 for 3 today with an RBI double. And whether Ruff ends up making this roster is yet to be seen. That wrist still isn't 100%. It's a nagging injury he's going to have to deal with all year. However, at least Ruff, if he's going to be on this roster, I want to see him produce. So that was a positive. And if he's not, then, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Mark Vientos, the Beatties and Mauricios of the world, they didn't do anything today, and that's perfectly fine. We can't expect these kids to rake every single day. Kind of feel like I've been spoiled, especially with all those 3 and how well of a spring they've had to this point. But overall, a really nice game for the Mets. They'll be back out tomorrow. Max Scherzer also pitched in, a AAA game against the minor leaguers for the Marlins in their, backfields today in Jupiter. He surrendered 3 earned runs, 5 unearned runs, 5 runs total rather, and around 5 innings. So working on those pitches, working with the pitch clock still, just happy to see guys getting ramped up. And we will be having some more Mets back with the teams during the later, more than likely, with how the WBC is shaking up. I was there in attendance in Miami yesterday, saw Puerto Rico versus Venezuela, saw Lindor, Escobar, Narvaez. Lindor looked nice as well, but if Puerto Rico's kicked out potentially by Wednesday against DR, then Lindor is going to be back. And same thing goes with Team USA with McNeil and Alonso. They got to get their act together. So don't be surprised if you see some of these Mets stars back in Port St. Lucie sooner than later with how the WBC is currently shaking up. But overall, that is your recap on the games, everything that has transpired here. Final score is 9-3. We'll be back at tomorrow with some more film that we're going to be doing, getting some early access for the Mets as they will be having another game before then I head back home and take my flight back to where I am, which is not here. So again, thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to smash those buttons. As always, let's go Mets.